its fullest extent if I can. This farm allows for, at least the fields we have, up to 1,500 sheep, so the plan is to go for 1,500 sheep. At which point we'll be making probably more money on sheep sales than we do on wool sales, because wool is really not the commodity it was in 17. Ouch, that's another grand off. So yeah, we're kind of back to almost starting out finances here, where you need to do as much work as you can, because you can't afford the guys to do it for you. This field should be quite lucrative, because it's about, I think, 23 acres. So that's going to be a lot of crop. Next fall, next winter. Best time to sell is the winter, at least for cereals. There's a fence in the hedge, that's good. Kill the crop, there we go. And highlighting the other problem with these fields is the field edge, or the field boundaries are incredibly tight, so it's very difficult to get the work done, especially even with a worker. I mean, especially with the worker, because they're not particularly happy with field edge obstacles. I mean, they'll turn it around, but they'll usually reverse it onto the field, and then in order to do the turnaround. Since we started this way, this is actually the longer edge of the field. Plus, I think from the hill, you kind of want to plough across it so that drainage isn't straight down and wash away all the surface soil. So, two favours on this one. It's the actual longest edge, so we don't have to turn around quite so often, and the slope of the field. And once we've got the ploughing done, we'll get the lime down, which will show us to actually start doing the work. Then I'm inclined to do the cultivating. Let's put that on automatic. And how many acres have we done? Okay. Cultivating. We've already done 13. We're up to 221. If we cultivate this field, that could be 250 acres. So that, I think that's 100 hectares thereabouts, and we should get the bonus or the achievement completion. So yay for that. Great demand at Stables Bale Sell Point, really. They want silage. The biogas plant is still the best place to sell. Plus, I get free fertilizer at the biogas plant, which I don't get at a Bale Sell Point. Oh, that tree is going to be annoying. tractor is going to be awesome. Tractor doesn't do well with 6 meter equipment, but put the larger sort of 9+ meter equipment. Yeah, this plough is not wide, but it kind of has, I kind of consider it a big piece of equipment that for cultivators and seeders would be around the 9 meter range. But you can get this turned around with a tractor that can handle 9 meter equipment. Put 6 meter equipment on this thing and you're doing alternate rows because there's just not enough turn radius capabilities on the tractor. You need something a little bit smaller. Probably, yeah, the Valtra's a big tractor as well that we've got. Probably do okay with something like a Valtra G or a New Holland T6 on the smaller equipment. But you go up to this thing and this is pushing 400 horsepower. It's a big tractor. And so it doesn't turn as well as the smaller tractors. If I remember rightly, it's what Farmer Klein's been doing on his Erlengratt series on YouTube lately. Was he does do alternate lanes as he's planting because the tractor just can't handle a 360-degree turn in 3-4 meters. I think he's using a 3 or 4 meter drill, but. And I commented on his video, yeah, something that I've seen farmers doing in real life is if they can't turn the tractor around in the width of the equipment, they'll do alternate or every third row. And so you keep moving, you're not stopping and reversing and getting it all lined up and then going again. Almost to the end here. So we lift that up. So normally a farmer would then do something like that, and that's the start of his new row. And you just drive straight down, obviously not with a plough because you'll break all your blades on it. But for ploughing we can do adjacent rows with this. Get it reversed to try and get the plough a little straighter behind us. And I'm going to have to do a little bit of tidy up along this edge as well. So for right now. We get the middle done and then we worry about the edge later. So yeah, you won't see me playing non-seasons very often. Basically, when new version of FarmSim comes out, I'll play with seasons. I'll play without seasons because it's not available. But as soon as seasons is available, I prefer the pace of play. With a base game, I just feel like you have to push. I need to have things planted in the fields at all times. So a field is either being harvested, being planted, or growing, because that's how money's made. Well, you don't have that option in seasons because I can't, as soon as I ploughed or harvested a field, I might be able to plough it and cultivate it, but you can't plant it because the ground's too cold and the seeds will die. So you're just wasting money. So you have to wait until the optimum planting time, which gives you time to do other things, or skip time. But because the weather's been so mild this game year, I've actually been able, I'm doing this in the middle of winter. Normally I'd be sat in the house looking at the snow outside and waiting for spring to come when I can start doing work again. So we'd be, fast pacing through the days in a matter of minutes in order to get to a part of the year you can do something useful. But with this one, it's sort of, I'm not in any rush to get things done. Why is it getting dark? Because I've got time at times 30. Well, that wasn't a plan. Okay, so we just wasted half the afternoon by being on times 30 for some reason. I think what I probably did was I hit the wrong button when I was flipping the plough and didn't notice. I can't blame it on small children with active fingers on this particular error. But day 4 midwinter, we've still got 2 more days of winter, so it's kind of not really a big deal to just finish off the ploughing tomorrow. Is that all the lights? I think that's all the lights. Certainly looks bright up front. So we'll get this finished. At least we'll get as far as we can ploughing this. If I don't get it finished, I don't get it finished. But I can finish it off tomorrow. And then still, I think is it tomorrow morning I wanted to check on the ground temps anyway. Ground temp's currently 7 degrees Celsius, which is adequate for sunflowers, but kind of risky considering at 7 degrees late in the afternoon after it's been sunny all day. I'm expecting the ground to cool down overnight, and I don't need germinated sunflower seeds or partially germinated sunflower seeds then dying because it got too cold. We've already had that on a couple of our fields, but you don't want to encourage crop failure before you even start, because that's where the money comes from. Still, this is a strange shaped field. So it sort of drops away to that corner. So long as I'm not, I'm not planning to put some not soybeans, sugar beets in this field because it's 20 odd acres. We already harvested 20 acres of sugar beets over 2 different fields, and that took a multitude of Sundays, and shipping it to the store took about 8 hours. So no sugar beets on this field. This is the first and last time we're going to have to plough this. So and I just don't do corn. We could do corn since we do have a silage operation, We don't have cows, so the only reason we're making silage is to sell. Actually, the only reason I'm making silage is to sell to the BGA so I can get some free fertilizer. But consequently, corn not a major crop that we'd consider selling here. And it would replace, what is it, the oats, barley and wheat that we potentially have going on. But, and I've already the sugar beet crop is already in the ground now for next year. I've got 2 fields remaining for sunflowers. This field will be a cereal crop. I don't know, maybe wheat, or maybe I'll put barley or oats in. I don't know yet. If I was planting it closer to the point where I planted the wheat, which the wheat went into the ground mid-fall and it's now mid-winter, so it's a good 3 months behind on growth. They won't be harvesting at the same time, so I don't need to worry about, oh, the harvester's full of wheat, let's harvest all of the wheat fields and then harvest all of the canola fields, because frankly we're not going to be in that situation. And the wheat fields completely the opposite side of our land holding, so the harvester will be emptied and filled with other stuff as we go. Captain Zank, good morning and welcome to the stream, and happy Thanksgiving, and welcome to our new field. I did borrow money for it, so this isn't a clean purchase. It's, it is what it is. But I figured, yeah, we're going to be about, we were actually £100,000 short to purchase this field, just on the oats and sugar beet harvest. How much sunflowers do we have? I didn't look. So sunflowers, we've got 86 with potential, I think 1,500. So 120,000 there. That would completely pay off the debt were I to pay it off entirely, but it would only leave me with £7,000 in the bank. So depending on how low finances get, I might need to borrow another 5,000–10,000 before we start pulling in more money. But I've got all the seed I need, I've got all the fertilizer I need. We just had to buy some lime, which not too expensive. And next spring we are going to have a lot of lime to spread, because every third harvest, this is the end of the second year, so next year all of our original fields will need to be limed after the harvest. But also the next couple of fields up the row on this one are smaller and therefore cheaper, so we'll be adding the income from this field and all our existing fields, but potentially have less to purchase. Plus I need an arable field to replace this field here. This is the last year this is going to be arable, next year we'll be ploughing this up, planting grass and moving sheep into here in time for winter spring, when I'm expecting our sheep flock to exceed the capacity of our existing sheep field. Still waiting for the new sheeps to arrive, but I think that's probably from tomorrow. We have 203 sheep right now, and I expect to have very few more in the morning, or by the time we wake up in the morning. Okay, spin that about. So this is a bad thing to do because we are scraping the plough tow bar on the back wheel of the tractor. At least it doesn't have a PTO, so we're not straining that. The plough is just a little bit out of line with where I want it. There we go. That's a little bit better, and now we're on the fence. Sitting on the fence. Oh. Okay, that's kind of good. As I said, we're going to have to tidy that edge up when we're done. I suppose once we've lined this, I'll be coming back in the Challenger with the cultivator once the lime's down. But I could then get on and plant this field pretty much immediately, because cereal crops only need a 5 degrees Celsius, and we're comfortably above 5. So I'm not too worried about the crop getting damaged because of that. Not sure about the rain that's coming though. I haven't checked ground moisture, but that could risk a crop as well if it gets too wet or too dry. Things are going well. I think I'll probably finish this row, pull the next 2, and then it'll be too dark to see much of anything. I'm not running weights on this tractor. See, this tractor is perfectly at home with this particular plough, and I'm not surprised. This is the setup we ran on Lawfolds on Farm Sim 17 for pretty much 6 years of seasons gameplay, and never ever had a problem with this particular tractor. In fact, I so much didn't have a problem with it, I got 2 of them. Because it is so versatile, at least on this size of farm. We've also got the small, what I consider a small Challenger. Which is pushing, I think, about 5 horsepower more than this class. And is just as capable of doing the work we need done. Am I down? Yeah, I'm down. Okay. So, 1 up, 1 down, and then we'll call it a game day as far as the work goes. we can skip night and get back to it in the morning. 4:30, sun up's gonna be around, let's call it 5. Thinking I probably want to sleep to about 7:30. Give chance for the sun to come up a little. And then see where we go from there. Yeah, if we're making, as I said, I think we're expecting about 150 extra sheep this year. I would hazard 200 the following year, which will put us over 500, and then the year after that we're probably looking at maybe up as many as 400. So we'll start filling those fields up very quickly. And I'm going to have to look at purchasing the third sheep pasture within 2 to 3 years. Fortunately, we've got 2 and only one's in use. But one of them is a lot of grass income from the silage sales at the PGA, and thus our free fertiliser supply. This end of the field's a little bit of a mess because of that fenced hedge. We're not keeping it a straight line at this end, so it's causing us a little bit of a problem as far as coverage is concerned. It's nearly 11:30. I've been running for 2 hours 26 minutes. What I might do is I'll run the stream to somewhere between 2.5 to 3 hours, and we can pick this up on Saturday morning and easily finish this off. As I said, I had been planning to do a stream tomorrow, but one of my employer's customers decided that they wanted to change how we price their stuff. And so they said, you know, your IT guys, they don't do enough. They can skip Thanksgiving and write a batch load of new programs for how we want to do things. So, you know, thanks for that. But it does mean I will have probably, if I can wangle it, an extra day off on the approach to Christmas or New Year's. But I'll stream on that day instead, which in whatever day it ends up being, and there's enough days between now and then for me to notify anybody who's watching, or anybody who catches YouTube. Okay, that is as far as I was expecting to go today. That's the tree. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this way. So I'm getting a better coverage than the worker did at this edge of the field, somewhat, mostly. The other end is being incredibly annoying. Okay, we'll stop that there. We'll turn the lights and engine off and beam over to the farm. There we are.